Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good start to your day so far. Mr. Pohusky here, here to teach you 10.2. We are working with polynomials this chapter, which is it's an expression consisting of more than one term. In a term, so for example, if we had x squared minus 3x plus 2, we put the little walls above and below this. This is going to be a trinomial because it has three terms, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be a quadratic. Oh, shoot, I goofed. Okay, all right, I can't write above there. It's quadratic. Quadratic trinomial because it's second degree, okay? So, we are multiplying polynomials today, which is going to be distribution on steroids. So, let's go ahead and read the name of the lesson and the essential question. Name of the lesson, ready? 1, 2, 3. Multiplying polynomials. Essential question, 1, 2, 3. How do we multiply polynomials? Okay, so multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. Use red here. So basically we're going to be using the distributive property, the what? That was really embarrassing. Hope you guys can just keep this to yourself, okay? Distributive property. That looks like an R. That, oh my gosh. Okay, I give up. I'm just going to zoom in and try to not mess this up so bad. Anyways, so we are going to be distributing. Now we're multiplying kind of big numbers and lots of like variables and stuff here, okay? So we are going to multiply. So we're going to distribute here. This whole thing is, we're going to talk about FOIL. We're going to be talking about multiplying polynomials like multiple times. It's going to be kind of complex, but hopefully distributive property is something we still remember and can do pretty easily, but we'll review it nice and slow to make sure we understand this stuff, okay? So we're multiplying 5x to the third times 9x to the fourth. Okay, if we were multiplying just 5x to the third times 9x to the fourth, going back to like chapter 8 with multiplying exponents and stuff. What are we going to do with the 5 and the 9? What do you guys think? Yeah, we're going to multiply. What's 5 times 9 going to be? It's 45. And then if we did x to the third times x to the fourth, are we going to add or are we going to multiply 3 and 4? Hopefully you said we're going to add, and 3 plus 4 is going to be 7, okay? When you multiply exponents, you add the exponents, and when you like do a pow-pow, if you do like x to the third to the fourth, something like this would be x equal x to the 3 times 4, which equals x to the 12th. Okay, so if we do pow-pow, you're going to do that. But we're actually just multiplying, we're doing multiplying like this. We're multiplying side by side. Okay? So this is going to be 45, oh dang it. 45, 9 times 5 is 45, and then x to the 3 plus 4 is 7. And then we're multiplying, what is 5x to the third times negative 7x squared? Well, what's 5 times negative 7? That's going to be negative 35. And then what's x to the third times x squared? That's going to be x to the fifth, 3 plus 2. Okay? Now, we also want to see, after we distribute, I'm going to erase this stuff because it's bothering me here, okay? We're also want to see, when we multiply, after we multiply, to see if we have any like terms here. Like terms have what? Same variable, same exponent. So do these two over here have the same variable? They do. They both have x, but are they the same exponent? Are 7 and 5 the same exponent? They are not. So what we're going to write for our final answer is 45x to the 7th. We're just going to bring it along for the ride, minus 35x to the 5th. We cannot combine these because 7 and 5 are not the same exponent, even though they are the same variable. And there's your final answer. Okay? All right, number 2. So, again, we're multiplying negative 9m squared times all this stuff over here. We're going to do 9m squared times 5m to the third times negative 11m squared times m and times 7. So, what is negative 9m squared times 5m to the third going to be? Well, what's negative 9 times 5? That is negative 45. And what is m squared times m to the third going to be? Hopefully you said m to the 5th. And then we have negative 9 times negative 11 is going to be positive 99. And then m to the, what is m squared times m squared? 2 plus 2 is 4. And then we have negative 1. It's kind of like there's a 1 right here. So you can do negative 9 times 1 is going to be negative 9. What's m squared times m to the first? That's going to be m to the third. And then what is negative 9 times 7? Negative 63. And then what is m squared times m to the 0 here? What's 2 plus 0, which is going to be m squared. And then what you want to check at the end here, are there any like terms here? Are these all the same variable? They are all the same variable. Are they all the same exponent, though? They are not. This is m to the 5th, m to the 4th, m to the 3rd, m squared. These are not like terms because they are not the same variable. So this is actually our final answer right here. We can't do anything more with this because they're not like terms. Okay. Yeah, hopefully if it's kind of confusing to you, make sure you stop and rewatch this again, see if it makes more sense. Otherwise, we're going to move on to FOIL, which is going to be a little bit more complex, okay? And I will take time to give you, to give you feedback on stuff on your homework. So, all right, let's do green. Actually, we're going to go the colors of the smartboard here, okay? So, let me scroll down my notes. So, FOIL is an acronym. So FOIL is an acronym. What we're going to do, we're going to multiply, we're going to distribute on steroids here, okay? We're going to do firsts. I think it was actually black first. So what we're going to do, this F is we're going to do the first pair, or the first term times the first term. So this is going to be firsts. And then we're going to do red. And then we do the outsides. Or the outers. Then we're going to do the insides or inners. Then we're going to do the lasts. So basically what we're doing, I'll explain what this means in more detail right here, okay? We are multiplying every term in both the first ones times every term in the second ones, okay? So we have two expressions here. We have 2x plus 3 and we have x plus 7. So FOIL means we're going to make sure we distribute this 2x to everything in the other expression. And we're going to distribute this 3 to everything in the other expression. Okay, that's how we're going to make sure we FOIL. We're distributing, we're multiplying everything. That's how we're going to distribute this. We have two binomials being multiplied together here, okay? So we're going to make sure we multiply everything in the first expression by everything in the second expression. Then we're going to combine like terms. Okay, so for the first, we have 2x times x. What is 2x times x? That equals 2x squared. Okay, let me just pause for a second here. So we are multiplying polynomials, guys, and I just want to make sure we really understand what we're doing here, okay? We're distributing, but we're distributing multiple times here because we can't just distribute the 2x to both things over here because there's also this 3. Okay, so FOILing is we're multiplying two binomials, two terms in each. They both have two terms. And we have to make sure we multiply everything in the first expression by everything in the second expression. And then we're going to combine like terms at the end. Okay? So that's what we did the first. We did 2x times x, which is 2x squared. Now we're doing 2x times 7, which is the outsides. What is 2x times 7 going to be? Hopefully you said 14x. Then we got the green. Now we're doing the insides. We did the firsts, and that's what these stand for. The firsts are the first two. These first two. The outsides are literally the outsides. It's the outsides of these two expressions. See how these are outside? Okay. So firsts, outsides. Now we're doing the insides, which are literally the insides of these two terms. Okay, the FOIL just represents the positions in which these things are here. Okay, so we're doing 3 times x, which equals 3x. And now we're doing last, which is going to be these are the last couple in the last position here. So we got 3 times 7. Which equals 21. And now we got to combine like terms here. So we have 2x squared plus 14x plus 3x plus 21. Now, are there any like terms here for this purple expression down here? Are there any like terms? There are. What are the like terms here? Hopefully you said just 14x and 3x, because this has a squared here, so this one's not going to combine. But if we combine it, so this one's term by itself. These two are going to go together, and this one's going to go by itself because this one doesn't have any x. So we're going to write 2x squared plus, what's 14x plus 3x? That's 17x plus 21. And that is our final answer. After we distribute and combine like terms, distribute everything to everything and combine like terms, that's going to be our final answer. All right, so I'm sorry if I was a little clunky with my explanation here. Let's do one more example here, and then you guys will probably try one on your own. Well, why don't you guys go ahead, if you feel like you're doing okay, go ahead and pause the video. We're not going to do this one. I don't like this one that much. We're not going to do number 2. Go ahead and try number 1 on your own first. See if you can watch the video again, and or just pause it here and see if you can figure it out. Otherwise, just wait, and I will explain this one with you again. Okay, let's go through number 1 together here, okay? So, we are distributing 3y at negative 5 to 2y plus 9. So, we're going to do FOIL, okay? FOIL, the F stands for firsts. So, we're going to do black again. So, we're going to do first times first. So let's see how this one's first position on the left side there. So we're going to do 3y times 2y, which is going to be what? Yep, 6y squared. That was the first position, and they're both first in each of their expressions. Next, we do the outsides. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go to the outsides. 3y and 9 are on the outside of these two expressions. And then what is 3y times positive 9 going to be? Plus 27y. And then we're doing, I think it was blue. Yep. Oh, no, green. Okay. So we did 3y times 2y and 9. So you just got to make sure you multiply. We did 3y times both 2y and 9, which means we covered everything in the other. We multiplied this by everything over here, which means we're done with the 3y. Now, if the FOIL thing is kind of confusing to you, it's supposed to be a shortcut. But if you just make sure you distribute the 3y to both things over here, let me draw that better. If you go here to here, distribute there, and go here to here, that's totally fine. You don't need to do the FOIL thing if that's confusing to you, but the FOIL thing is supposed to be a little bit easier for you to help remember what to do, okay? So just make sure you multiply 3y times this and that, and then you're going to do negative 5 times this and that, okay? So just distribute everything to everything. All right, then we got negative 5 times 2y. Those are the insides, the I in FOIL. What is negative 5 times 2y? That is negative 10y. We got our last right here. We got negative 5 times 9. What is negative 5 times 9 going to be? It's going to be negative 45. And then the last thing we want to check is that we covered everything and that we don't have any other like terms here. You guys see any like terms? I start with the biggest exponent. I see y squared, no other y squareds. I see y. I'm going to put symbols above the y. And I see 45. Okay, so 6y squared is going to be by itself. Plus, and then we got what? 17y. 27y minus 10y, 17y minus 45. Okay, so I will, I'm going to skip ahead and, not skip ahead. I'm going to add another problem here for you guys to practice if you like. Otherwise, you can skip ahead if you feel like you get this. Okay, go ahead and give this one an example if you feel like you need some extra practice. If you want to skip ahead, people who feel like they're good with this, you guys can stop and just skip ahead a little bit, okay? All right, so we need to multiply 3x minus 5 times 5x plus 6. We're going to do 3x times 5x first and 3x times 6. What is 3x times 5x going to be? That's 15x squared. What is 3x times positive 6 going to be? It's going to be 18x. And then what is negative 5? We're going to do negative 5 times everything in the other parentheses then. What's negative 5 times 5x? Negative 25x. And then what is negative 5 times 6 going to be? Negative 30. Okay? So we basically just multiplied 3x times 5x and 6. We multiplied negative 5 times 5x and 6. Now we covered everything. And then what is, so now we combine like terms here, 15x squared. These are the like terms. That's minus what, 7x? Minus 30. Okay. So hopefully that's making more sense here, okay? You're basically just multiplying 3x times everything over here and then negative 5 times everything over there. All right? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. We're moving on to the next thing here. Now we're going to be multiplying two polynomials. Like I said before, hopefully this is going to make more good sense here, is you want to multiply everything in the first polynomial by every term in the second polynomial. Okay? So we're going to do... And what I like to do is I like to draw lines from the smaller polynomial to the bigger one. I don't like to do this. This is what I don't like to do. I don't like to go 3x to this, and then 5x to this, and then 4x to this. It gets kind of sloppy. If you go ahead and you multiply x squared times this, and that, and that, and then you go underneath, and that, and that, and that, that's going to be a lot more easy to look at here, okay? So let's go one thing at a time here, make sure we see this really nicely. So we're going to multiply x squared plus 5 times 3x to the third minus 5x squared plus 4x. So we're going to take the smaller polynomial as x squared plus 5. That's got two terms. We're going to multiply x squared times 3x to the third, which is going to be what? 3x to the fifth. Because 2 plus 3 is 5. Then we're going to do x squared times negative 5x squared, which is what? Negative 5x to the fourth. And then we're going to do x squared times 4x, which is going to be what? It's going to be plus 4x to the third. Choose a different color now. And now we're going to do 5 times 3x to the third, which is going to be what? Plus 15x to the third. And then 5 times negative 5x, which is negative 25x squared. And then 5 times 4x, which is going to be what? Positive 20x. Okay, now we got to combine like terms. So I'm going to start with the biggest exponent first. So I see x to the fifth is the biggest one, so that's our biggest exponent. Here's a fourth. I don't see any other fourths. I see a third and a third. And I also see a squared. And I see a, let's use an x, a 20x. Okay, so 3x to the fifth is going to come along for the ride because there's no other x to the fifths. No other x to the fourths. I see 4x to the third plus 15x to the third, which is going to be what? 19x to the third. And then 25x squared also doesn't have anything else to combine with, and neither does 20x. So this is actually our final answer because we can't combine any more. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles really loudly. We can't combine any other variables there because this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These don't have anything in common besides the x, so we can't combine them. That's our final answer. All right, go ahead and try the next example on your own. What I would encourage you to do is go from the smaller one to the bigger one. I would go like this. Do 3x times this, times that, times that. And then I would also go negative 4 times this, times this, times this. Okay, why don't you guys pause this video and give it a try. All right, so we had blue. So what is 3x times 5x squared going to be? Let's scroll ahead a little bit. Should be 15x to the third. And then what is 3x times x going to be? Plus 3x squared. And then what is 3x times negative 2? Negative 6x. All right, and then we got negative 4 times 5x squared. What is negative 4 times 5x squared? Negative 20x squared. And what is negative 4 times x going to be? Negative 4x. And what is negative 4 times negative 2? Plus 8. Okay? And I should also mention here, if you did negative 4 and you did times 2x, then that, if you did that instead, that's fine. You can only mess this up if you forget to multiply like if you forget to multiply negative 4 times x, for example, that would mess everything up, okay? But just stick with it and don't give up and do your best work, and it should work out. As long as you multiply everything over here by everything over here and just combine like terms at the end, you should be fine. I just like to go in a more systematic way by doing this, like these nice arcs here to make sure we cover everything, okay? All right, let's finish this off now. Do we have any like terms here? So I see a third. Here's a third. Any other thirds? Nope. Any x squareds? Here's an x squared. Here's an x squared. Here's an x, and here's an x, and then here's a constant by itself. So we have 15x to the third. That one's gone. Any x squares? We got 3x squared minus 20x squared is going to be negative 17x squared. Then we got negative 6x minus 4x is negative 10x. And then plus 8. So these are our answers for these problems. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully the practice will help you with this stuff pretty nicely, and I will give you feedback on your homework to make sure you guys feel good about this stuff. But kind of hard stuff, but just make the FOIL thing. I feel like I goofed up. It's supposed to be pretty easy, but you multiply, the first times the first, the outside times the outside, the inside times inside, and then the last times the last. But hopefully this all makes good sense, and then if you guys have questions, let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.